If your wholesale deals keep running into problems, here's exactly how I turn one around and get it back on track. My name's Nathan Payne, and I've done millions of dollars in wholesaling real estate deals, and I've helped hundreds of other wholesalers grow and scale their businesses. In this video, we're gonna be going into day 2 of the 7-day challenge that I did with my clients, where I walk you through a deal that had a problem after a problem for 4 months and showing you exactly how I restructured the terms, found a buyer, and used seller financing to potentially get the deal closed. Now, the deal ended up closing, but this video was before it ended up closing. But stay with the challenge and you're gonna see exactly how that transpires and how that deal turned into a $17,000 deal. Now, if you want a free summary of each video in this challenge that will show you each actionable step you need to take and exactly what to do, you can join my email list down below, or you can check out our free school group where you can get deal support and we can help you move your deals. So without further ado, let's dive right into this challenge so you guys can see exactly what we're doing and taking action on and how this business actually works.
One of the main issues the guy's nephew has is feeling like he's not going to be alive in 10 years to see this money. So, like, I don't know, would you do 5 years? He's like, yeah, I'll do that. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get this deal for you, bro. He's like, let's go. So I show up at the guy's house and got it done, dude.
Now that's a win. So question, I not to be skeptical, how confident are you in this, your seller? I don't feel like Nate's the problem. I feel like your seller's kind of loopy.
I mean, I feel pretty confident at the moment. We planned on a Thursday closing. So he said he's ready to go. He's ready to get out. And he doesn't even have a cell phone at the moment to talk to his nephew.
Because his cell phone, what? He's out of money or what?
He dropped it in water last week.
We'll see. We'll see what his nephew says, but sounds
We'll
like
see.
a better deal.
We got to step in the right direction. And I spoke with the nephew on the phone after the nephew decided to advise him against it. And the nephew was like, listen, we'll see if he listens to me. He might still take your deal, but this is what I'm advising him to do. So it wasn't like, I'm the boss, you got to talk to me. It was more so like, I just really care about Jeff. I want to help him. This is what I'm telling him to do.
I like it. Okay, cool.
So I gave him much better terms to address the things that he's worried about.
What happened to your guy, the original buyer? He was out?
I mean, he had his original seller finance offer, and then his cash offer was way low. And those were the best terms he could do. And Nate had better terms.
Got it. I love it, man. Awesome. All right, let these guys, let's start off with a win. So you want to let them know what happened? This is kind of cool.
Yeah, so one of my deals that I've been working on for like 4 months now that I've just had problem after problem after problem with, was able to get the seller back on the right page, and it's hopefully closing on Thursday. So,
hey, wow!
And it's a seller. Tell them a little bit about seller finance. I don't know how much you guys are aware of that, but you want to let them know about what you did.
Yeah, so it was originally a cash deal. Contracted with them at $170,000 cash. And then my buyer was originally going to do cash. It took a lot longer than expected, so we decided to get a bank loan. They did the appraisal, and they're like, dude, we can't lend on this for XYZ reasons. So all of a sudden, the value of the property was lower at a cash price. So we're like, well, we can still get you your price, but we can do it on seller finance. So if you still want your $170,000, we can do it on seller finance to where we can get you $20,000 down, and then we'll finance the remaining 150 over 30 years. And then we'll do a 10-year balloon where you get the full remaining balance paid out in 10 years. And so it was also a deal to where we got it on 0% finance. So we financed that to them over 0% instead of getting big at like 6%, right? So it literally makes the payment like, I don't know, a half or a third of what it would have been on normal terms. So super sweet deal for an investor. Yeah, the guy's nephew got involved, and he's like, no, I'm not letting him sell on this deal. And then a week goes by of going back and forth with the seller. And then Payne here finds me a new buyer in Utah. This is my deal in Idaho that I'm working on. And
I didn't even know that he bought there, but I was just calling because I was like, let's just see. So
your guy wanted that deal, man, because I brought like 2 other Utah JV deals to him yesterday. I was talking to him about a whole bunch of other stuff, and he's like, yeah, no, these deals suck. I want your Idaho Falls deal, man. I want your duplex.
Dude, it's all about the relationships, man. Like that deal, I think you got it done because of the relationship. Like so many deals happen because they trust you, they like you. You know what I mean? Like, would you agree?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I talked with Payne's guy, and he is willing to offer so the first guy offered $45,000 down, which 20 of it was going to go to the seller. And then Payne's guy was willing to offer $65,000 down so that I could get 40 to the seller. And then at the last second yesterday, I was like, you know what? We could do a shorter balloon too. Like, what if we did a 5-year balloon? And the buyer's like, sure, I'll do a 5-year balloon. And so I presented that to the seller yesterday. And when I showed up at his place, he just walked out, he acted like he's tired. He's like, he's like, dude, you gonna get me out of this place or what, dude? I'm so ready to leave. I'm like, dude, I think I got some good news for you, man. Like, I got some new terms for you. Told him, I was like, what do you think? He's like, I think we could do that. I'm like, all right, man. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? He's like, we can do it. I'm like, all right, I got the freaking paperwork ready to go right here.
That's the best way.
Let's go.
That's the best way to do a negotiation. What do you want to do? It's like you just ask them what they want to do. Present the options. Be like, what do you want to do? Awesome, great win. And by the way, guys, like when you start coming across deals that the seller's motivated, you can normally structure something. You can usually work something out. Whether if it's not cash, it can be terms, it can be novation, it can be something. So really, it's all about finding the opportunity. That's where we get paid. And like what I'm realizing from a lot of these companies that were displaying their deals is like they're telling the sellers probably like whatever they want to hear, and then they're just trying to see if they can find a buyer, which is crazy to me.